Welcome to your Thursday morning yoga practice. Thank you for coming back here. It's good to see everybody. Today is July 2nd. We're going to get a jump on the July 4th festivities. Today we'll start celebrating our Independence Day. Plus, I have these Independence Day pants that I only get to wear once a year. And I've probably had them 10 years, but the cost per wear is not very good at this point. So, I got to jump on wearing these pants when I can. So Independence Day, independence from tyranny, independence from taxation without representation. Yes, we need to celebrate that. But I think this year, more than any year that I can remember, I think we should also celebrate our interdependence, because with what's going on with the pandemic and social justice movement and the environment, I think we can now see that we're more interdependent than ever before. So yoga means yoked, or to yoke, or yoked together. And y'all, we are yoked together. So I think that's something to celebrate while we're also celebrating our independence. So on our yoga mat, we know that we can move one body part, but that one body part is connected into the whole. So I could do one arm push-ups. I can't really do one arm push-ups, but one could do one arm push-ups, and that one arm gets the glory in the one arm push-up, but the whole rest of the body is participating in that push-up. So we're going to work on our mats a little bit today with this idea of body parts working independently while still being interdependent. It's something to celebrate. Find your seat, make yourself comfortable in your seat, close your eyes, roll your shoulders up near your ears, and then pull them down away from your ears so the shoulder blades move down the back. Bring your hands together at your heart. And just as your hands join together as one from two separate parts, we begin to think about independence and interdependence being two sides of a coin that bring us into wholeness. Make your commitment to bring your whole self online today, to bring your body, of course, as we move through our postures, but also bring your mind, bring your heart, so that these three parts of your being connect interdependently together, so that we practice actual yoga, being yoked or being joined together. Bow your head towards your heart, acknowledging that everything flows through the heart. And then release your hands down to your legs. Take in a deep breath that lets you sit a little taller and open your heart a little bit more. And then gently open your eyes. All right, friends, to go along with my fancy pants, I've got a fancy Independence Day playlist for you. If you want that, I'll just tell you, it's on Spotify, EDYM428. That's me on Spotify. And then it's Virtual Yoga 7/2. It does have classic rock and pop songs on it. If that is not your jam, play your own music, no music. This is the great thing about having your own private yoga studio. But if you want to use my playlist, go ahead and tap play now, or tap play on your playlist, and then come to Child's Pose on your mat. Widen your knees out, bring the big toes together, stretch the arms out in front. So this is extended Child's Pose. And then just let your forehead rest into the floor. Let your hips rest down, let your arms rest down, let your whole body weight move into the floor. And take a few deep belly breaths here.
easy to expand into the belly here in this child's pose. As you inhale, let the belly and the chest broaden. And as you exhale, just let them take their natural shape without trying to push them one direction or the other. One more deep inhale, expanding your belly and your chest. And then exhale, let that breath go. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Come onto your fingertips. Walk those fingers a little bit farther forward as you shrug the shoulders up. And then as you exhale, pull the shoulders away from your ears. Flatten the palms onto the mat. Extend forward through the crown of your head. And then one more time. Shrug the shoulders up towards your ears. Come onto the fingertips. Walk those fingers just a little bit more forward. And then as you exhale, pull the shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades gliding down the back, palms pressing into the floor. Inhale, come up to hands and knees. Draw the knees in, hip width distance apart. Exhale, cat pose. Push the floor away with your hands, with your knees, pull your belly up towards the spine. Inhale, cow pose. Gently look forward, reach back through the inner thighs, forward through the shoulders. Again, exhale, cat. Finding a rhythm to your breath. Inhale, cow, so that exhale and inhale are about the same length. One more time for cat. And one more time for cow. And then come into neutral. So I want you to tone into your core here. So that doesn't mean that you're locking down your abs. It means you're toning across the abdominals, front of the torso, and you're toning across the back body as well. We'll start to move our limbs independently while acknowledging that they're still connected to the torso. As you inhale, right arm forward. As you exhale, left leg straight back behind you. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, knee and elbow come together. Pull into the center. Inhale, arm forward, leg back. On your exhale, take your arm to the right, your leg to the left. Inhale to the center. Exhale, knee and elbow together. Inhale, reach forward and back. Exhale, arm right, leg left. Inhale, center. One more time through. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, reach out to the sides. Reach front and back, and then lower your hand, lower your knee. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Come into neutral. Again, find that toning into the middle in your core, and then inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, right leg back. On your next exhale, knee and elbow come together. Inhale, stretch forward and back. Exhale, left arm to the left, right leg to the right. Inhale, stretch forward and back. Exhale, knee and elbow come together. Inhale, stretch forward and back. Exhale, out to the sides. Inhale, forward and back. One more time through. Exhale, knee and elbow in. Exhale, reach forward and back. Exhale, out to the sides. Inhale to the middle, and then lower your hand, lower your knee. Right here, take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, sigh out through your mouth. Downward facing dog. Walk your dog out, bending one knee as the opposite heel presses into the earth. Back and forth at your pace. And then sink both heels down towards the floor. Reach your hips back. Press into the hands. Stretch long through the arms. And then as you inhale, start to walk your feet forward to the front of your mat until you're standing in forward bend. We'll take a couple of breaths here. And because we are independent, you can do what you like in the forward bend. Maybe hold on to your elbows. Maybe sway your hips a little side to side. Maybe a shoulder opener by taking your hands behind your back and interlacing them. Couple more breaths here, opening up the back body. Now would be a good time to start Ujjayi breath. If you haven't already, gently toning in the throat. On an inhale, rise up to stand, sweep your arms out to the sides, touch your palms overhead, bringing the two parts together right to the heart, the center that everything flows through. Let's flow with the breath through Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, stretch up and look up. Exhale, forward bend, fold down. Inhale, lengthen out halfway. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Everything is strong and working together here, interdependent as you lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. If you're ready for upward dog, you can take that one. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look to the top of your mat and step or hop your feet up to the front, fold over, and then inhale, rise up, sweep up, touch your palms together, exhale, hands to your heart. Each time we come here, remember, we are celebrating both our interdependence and our independence today. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up, touch your palms, joining hands, exhale, fold down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen out. Take your vinyasa here. You can do what we did before. We'll meet in downward dog, or maybe take a different type of vinyasa, such as jumping into chaturanga. Use your breath to get you to downward facing dog. There we go. On an inhale, take your right leg back and up behind you. That one leg lifting all on its own, but still connected to the rest of the body. Exhale, lunge your foot to the top of your mat. Warrior two. Spin your back heel down, open up into your warrior two. Strong in both legs, not just the front leg. It's doing a lot of work. Back leg works too. Parshva Konasana, side angle pose. Forearm on the thigh or fingertips on the floor, your choice. We're gonna take 3 circles with that left arm. So as you exhale, reach the left arm forward and down towards the floor. As you inhale, draw it back past your hip and up overhead, rolling the shoulder open. 2 more, exhale to lower. Inhale to lift and roll the shoulder back. 1 more, exhale, lower. This time, stop the arm right over your ear. Roll the shoulder back a little bit more. Inhale, lift up through warrior two, straighten the front leg, reverse triangle pose. We'll give that front thigh a little bit of a break. Open up the right side body. On your exhale, bend the front knee, take your hands down either side of the front leg. Lift your back heel up and really charge into that back leg. Try not to let the knee dip down, but keep that left leg really strong. On an exhale, straighten your front leg, fold over it. Inhale, bend your knee and look forward. 2 more of these. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, bend your knee. Exhale, fold in. And then inhale, bend your knee. If you can, turn so you can look at me. You're just gonna hold this lunge while I show you what we're gonna do next. So we're gonna take a 1-leg dog, and then from there, we pull the knee in, spin the back heel down, and shoot the right foot over to the left. Maybe your hand touches, maybe not. I'll do it a little bit faster for you. Pull in, reach across. 1-leg dog, pull in, reach across. We're gonna do it 3 times. So from downward dog, inhale, right leg back and up behind you. Exhale, pull the knee in towards your nose, spin the back heel down, reach the right foot to the left, maybe your hand touches. Inhale, 1-leg dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shoot the foot to the left, tap it with your hand. 1-leg dog, last one, pull your knee in, reach across, tap. 1-leg dog, 1-leg vinyasa. Inhale into plank, exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Second side. Inhale, lift your left leg out to the sky.
One leg working by itself up there, lifting up, staying connected to the hole. Exhale, use your core to lunge your foot up to the top of your mat. And come up to warrior two. Spin your back heel down. Rise up to warrior two. Everything working together here, connected, even as the limbs are spread out in different directions. On your exhale, side angle pose, forearm on thigh or fingers on the ground. Right arm right over your ear. 3 arm circles. As you exhale, take the right arm forward and down towards the floor. Inhale, take it back, roll your shoulder open. 2 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and bring that arm right over your ear. Hold it there as you stretch out through the right side body. Inhale, lift up through warrior two, reverse triangle, straighten the front leg, reach back, stretch out the left side body. And then exhale, hands down to either side of the front foot, bend the front knee, lift the back heel up. Strong into the back leg. Exhale, straighten the left leg, fold into it. Inhale, bend your knee, look forward. 2 more. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend. Last time, straighten the leg, fold into it. Inhale, bend your knee. We'll hold here for a couple of breaths since I had you holding here for a couple of breaths on the other side while I demoed what we were going to do. That's probably enough. All right, inhale, left leg back and up behind you. Exhale, knee to nose, shoot the left foot over to the right. Maybe your hand taps your foot. Inhale, one leg dog. Exhale, reach across. Last one, inhale, one leg dog. Exhale, knee into the nose, reach the foot across, tap it with your hand. One leg dog. This time, one leg vinyasa. Flow through. Use your breath. It might have sped up a little bit, but try to keep it rhythmic. From downward dog, big inhale through your nose, full sigh through your mouth. Bring your feet to the top of your mat. Walk, step, or hop up. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up high, palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. If you use a block for half moon or revolved half moon, place your block or whatever prop you're using at the front left side of your mat. If you don't use a block, we're good to go. Hands to your heart. Utkatasana, chair pose. Lower your hips. Reach your arms up for the sky. Take your gaze up for the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Twist to the right. Bring your left arm across. Touch it down on the outside of the right leg. And work that twist a little bit here, using the arm against the leg to help you twist, but also your core to help you twist. Take your gaze down towards the floor. Shift your weight into your right foot. Hug your left heel up towards your left hip. And then slowly stretch that left leg towards the back of your mat, eventually lowering the ball of the foot down, twisting around here. Inhale, release both hands to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Take your vinyasa from here, inhaling to plank, lowering chaturanga. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg back and up behind you. Exhale, lunge your right foot to the top of your mat. Lift up to warrior one. Root into the back leg. Lift up through your heart, through your head, through your hands. Stay strong and charged in the back leg because it's working. The front leg doesn't have to work as much. They are interdependent. Take a breath in here, exhale, takes you out to warrior three, balancing on the right foot. Right leg gets a lot of glory here, but the whole rest of the body is working. Revolved half moon pose. Take your left fingers down to the floor or your block.
Take your right fingers up to the sky. Limbs reaching out in each direction, all of them connected into the center. Keep your twist. Start to lower your left foot to the back of your mat and the crown of your head up to the sky, keeping the twist as you lift up. And then inhale, both arms up overhead. Turn to face the long left side of your mat. Reset your feet for triangle pose. So turn those right toes forward, left toes point straight out to the left. Arms go out, front and back. Big breath in here. And then long exhale, stretches you forward, and then right fingers down to the ground. Roll the top shoulder open a little bit here. Inhale, release, hands down at the front of the mat. One leg dog, one leg flow. Right leg lifts high behind you. That one leg vinyasa is an option. Flow with the one leg lifted or both feet on the floor. Flowing is an option altogether. You can hold downward dog or maybe take a child's pose. From downward dog, lunge your right foot to the front of your mat. Come up to high crescent pose. Both arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Twist around to the right. So you hook that left arm on the outside of the right leg again. So find the twist through arm and leg pressing into one another and through core rotating you around. And then step your left foot forward to meet your right foot. You'll be in revolved chair pose. And then from your revolved chair, you have an option for revolved crow pose, reaching the hands towards the ground, keeping the twist, bending the knees more so you get the hands all the way down on the ground, stretching the chest forward, taking the gaze forward, lifting one or both feet off the ground. Good. Lower the feet back down, come back up to revolved chair, regular chair. Oh, and then we can stand up. Let's take a little celebratory standing back bend here. Exhale, hands to the heart. Move your block over to the right side if you're using a block. Chair pose, low hips, high heart, head and hands. Exhale, hands to your heart, twist to the left. Just a couple of breaths here to work on this twist. And then we move with the twist. This is going to be easier if you look at the floor, shift your weight into your left foot, hug your right heel up towards your hip, stretch the right leg to the back of the mat, maybe hovering the ball of the foot, and then eventually lowering it down. Inhale, hands down to the mat, step back to downward dog. Both feet on the floor, vinyasa here. Everybody is looking really good, those of you I can see. Okay, from downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high behind you. Exhale, lunge the left foot to the front of your mat. We'll come up to warrior one here. Back leg is strong, it helps out the front leg. They're connected. Lift your chest up, open up into the back bend a little bit of warrior one. Deep breath in here. On your next exhale, come out to warrior three. Balancing on your left leg. Keeping the right leg engaged. Revolved half moon pose. Right fingers down to the block or your floor. Take the left arm up into the sky. Reach each limb in a different direction, holding steady in the core to support the interdependence of the independent limbs. Keep the twist, step back into a lunge, right foot at the back of the mat, right arm reaching to the front. And then inhale, both arms up overhead. Straighten your legs, we'll set up for triangle pose. Arms go out front and back.
Deep breath in, and then as you slowly exhale, reach forward, and then left fingers to the ground, right fingers to the sky. Roll that top shoulder open a little bit more. Exhale, release. Hand down to the mat. One leg dog, left leg lifts back and up. One leg vinyasa. And then from downward dog, bring your left foot back up to the front of your mat. Come up to high crescent pose. Exhale, hands to your heart. Twist to the left. Right elbow comes across, hooks on. Bring your back foot forward to meet your front foot, so you're in revolved chair pose again. First option is to stay here in revolved chair. Second option, reach your hands towards the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to get the hands all the way down, keeping the twist. Look forward. Think about reaching your head and your shoulders and your heart forward so that you can lift up the legs. Without reaching the chest forward, the legs will be really heavy here. Inhale, back up to revolved chair. Regular chair. Oh, stand all the way up. Take a celebratory back bend here. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hands to the heart. If you use a block for half moon pose, you're going to leave it on the right side of your mat, where it probably is already. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lengthen out. Take your vinyasa here, whatever that means or looks like for you. We'll all come together in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg back and up. This time, bend your knee and twist open. Inhale, stretch the right leg back. Exhale, use your core and not just the momentum of your right leg to lunge the right foot up to the front of your mat. Come up to high crescent pose. Take the arms up overhead. So we're about to go into eagle pose, but this isn't just any eagle pose. This is American eagle pose. Take a breath in as you exhale. Come balance on your right leg. Cross the left leg on top and the left arm under. Wrapping the limbs around each other, squeezing in. Exhale, knees and elbows come towards one another. This is where you really turn on the core here, because you're going to want it, you're going to need it. As you inhale, lift up, spread eagle. Open the arms out wide. Take the left leg out to the left, balancing here. We're going to rotate around to half moon pose. So you rotate around to the left, taking the left leg behind and the left hand down to your block or the floor until you land into half moon. One more inhale here. As you exhale, step back to warrior two. And then straighten the front leg. Turn to face the left long side of your mat. Exhale, forward bend, fold over. Lower in. We'll take a few breaths here in the forward fold, opening up the back body. And then on an inhale, stretch your chest forward, hands on the floor to support you. We'll take 8 total side lunges, starting with the right knee. Exhale, bend the right knee, lower down. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, to the left. You've got 6 more on your own. You can go as slowly or as quickly as you like here, but try to move with your breath. If you get to one side and you want to stay for a couple of breaths, stay there, but use your exhale to take you into the lunge and your inhale to lift you out of the lunge.
opening the backs of the thighs, also the outer and inner thighs. When you finish, walk your hands around to the front and step back to one leg dog. Touch right leg back and up behind you. This time, let's bend the right knee and twist. And then you have the option to float the right foot off the left side of your mat and open up into a three-pointed back bend here, lifting your heart up. Inhale, come back around, one leg dog, one leg vinyasa to end this flow on this side. Bring your feet to the top of your mat. Fold over your legs. And then inhale, rise up tall. Touch your palms together. Exhale, hands to your heart. If you use that block, move it over to the left side. And now let's take this flow on the second side. Inhale, arms reach up, touch the palms, know that they connect. Exhale, flow down to the floor. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, take your vinyasa. From downward dog, inhale, left leg back and up behind you. Bend your knee and twist open, taking your foot over to the right, opening the front of the hip, getting long into the left side body. Inhale, reach the left leg back. Exhale, core lunges your foot up to the top of your mat. Come up to high crescent pose. Sweep the arms forward and up. We're going to American Eagle pose. Take a breath in. As you exhale, come stand on your left foot. Cross the right leg on top. And then bring your left arm under your right arm. I got that wrong. Sorry about that. You're going to bring your left arm over your right arm. Squeezing the limbs in. And then on an exhale, your elbows come down towards your knees, but you have the action of lifting the knees up to help you turn your core on. Keep that. As you inhale, open up to spread eagle pose. I made that one up. Arms go wide, right leg goes out to the right. Your spread eagle here, take a breath in. As you exhale, rotate around to the right to land into half moon pose. Left fingers coming to the floor or your block as the right leg reaches back behind and the right arm reaches right up overhead. Couple of breaths right here in half moon. On your next exhale, slowly, gently glide back to warrior two. And then we'll straighten that front leg, turn to face the right long side of your mat, and forward fold here. Wide leg standing, forward fold. And you know what? We're Americans, we're independent. You can do what you want on this side. I'll give you some options. You can stay with the forward fold, using things to help you get deeper in the forward fold, like holding on to your feet and using a little arm strength to pull you in. You could take an inversion here. Headstand is most accessible here, I think, but some of you I know love your handstands from the wide leg stance. You can take that. You could go back to those side lunges. It's up to you. If you are inverted, start to bring your feet back down to the ground, getting the whole body to work together as you lower those feet down. Good. And then from there, walk your hands back to the front of your mat. One leg dog, it's your left leg that lifts up. And you'll take one more one leg vinyasa here. Okay, from downward dog, we're gonna move on now. Bring your right leg into pigeon prep. So that means you bring your right knee down to the floor, just a tad wider than the right wrist, and then work that right foot closer towards the left side of your mat to the degree where you feel stretching but not pain in your hip, your knee, or your ankle. Once you found that good setup for you, start to walk yourself down. Elbows maybe on the ground or on your prop. Maybe you stretch the arms out in front and lower your forehead down. About 2 more rounds of breath here. And then start to walk your hands up. So we're going to stay in this pigeon just a little bit longer for a quad stretch. So bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand or strap, grab onto your foot, and draw your heel in towards your hip. So first option is to stay here. This is great. You've got a lot happening right here in this pose. Second option, if you are up for it, is to go into Mermaid Pose. So tucking your toes into your left elbow, squeezing the legs towards one another to help you pull up into the core. If you can free up your right arm, take it up overhead, bend at the elbow, hook your fingers together, press your head back into your arm. Even more happening here. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, release the pose, stretch the left leg back, step back to downward dog. Oh, friends, I just realized that we did the one leg flip just on one side. Let's get the other side in here. So if you're not flipping, just hold your downward dog or hold a one leg dog. This would be your left leg in the air. Sorry about that. Bend your left knee, take your left foot off the right side of your mat. So you float that foot down because you're using the whole body to control the float of the foot down to the mat. Coming into that flip dog or rock star. Good, come back around to one leg dog and lower your foot to the mat. Okay, I think we're all even now, except we gotta get pigeon on the second side. I did remember that. So bring your left knee forward and a little wider than your left wrist. Work the left foot over towards the right side of your mat. Maybe walk that right leg back a little bit and then start to lower down to whatever degree feels right for you. Long, steady breaths here. Two more rounds of breath in your pigeon prep hold. Start to walk your hands back in. So taking this back bend here, hugging the belly in and lifting the chest up. You can stay right here in the back bend or come with me into the quad stretch, bending the right knee, reaching back with your right hand or your strap. Drawing your heel in towards your hip. Trying to square those hips up, reaching the left hip back and the right hip forward. Next option is to stay here or come into Mermaid Pose, working the toes into the right elbow crease, reaching the left arm forward, bending at the elbow, hooking the hands together. Try to pull that left side body back, press your head back. And then exhale, release everything, hands down, back to downward facing dog. Bring your right leg forward for Pigeon Prep again. This time you're going to sit over onto your right hip and swing that left leg around. So I'll face you so you can see. We're going to take a pose called Shooting Star, but for today it's going to be Park City Fireworks pose because we're not going to have any fireworks, so this is going to be our fireworks for Independence Day, Interdependence Day. Take your right hand behind you, left arm out in front. You're going to get everything to work together here. Take a breath in. As you exhale, start to take your left hand over to the right. Put weight into your right hand, your right knee, your left foot. As you lift your hips up, roll your chest back. Maybe take your gaze back behind you. And just imagine there are fireworks shooting across the sky right now. Inhale, rotate back around. We've got to get back to downward dog. So take the left leg back behind you, step back to downward dog. Left leg comes into Pigeon Prep. Sit over onto the left hip. Left hip. Bring the right leg around in front. And we'll take Shooting Star or Fireworks pose on the second side. Take your left hand behind you, strong in your shoulder, right arm out in front. Big breath in. As you exhale, take your right hand around to the left, lifting your hips as you rotate around in that circle. And then reach your head back, take your gaze back. Inhale, circle back out of your posture, lowering the hips down. We'll get one last downward dog in. So take your right leg back behind you, hands at the front of your mat, step your left leg back to downward dog. From here, we're going to come to a seat on our mats. First option, lower your knees down and come around to a seat. Second option is to hop to a seat, bending your knees as you hop, or reaching your legs straight through. So legs straight out in front in your seat. Take your arms up overhead, and then on an exhale, fold forward. And just let the front body drape over the legs here. You can, of course, use your strap around your feet or your hands onto your legs or your feet to help pull you in a little more. But let this one feel good. We've already done some work to stretch out the back body. So let this stretch feel delicious. From the soles of your feet all the way up through the back of your head. And then inhale, bring yourself back upright. We'll bend the right knee, sole of the foot on the floor, and then cross the right foot to the outside of your left leg. Take your right hand behind you, your left arm up, sit tall, exhale, twist to the right, rotate around.
Try to keep length through your spine as you rotate in the twist. And then inhale, back around to the front. Straighten out your right leg. And we'll take the second side, bend your left knee, cross the left foot to the outside of the right leg, left hand behind you, right arm up. Inhale to sit tall. Try to keep that length as you exhale and twist to the left. Inhale, release back around to the front. Straighten out your left leg. Now we'll take a wide leg seat. So widen those legs out. If you're having trouble sitting tall here, grab a blanket, a block, whatever you can find nearby to put under your hips. And then once you lift off the floor a little bit, you should be able to get a little bit more open across the chest. Bring your hands out in front of you. Deep breath in, and then as you exhale, walk the hands out to forward fold right between the legs. So maybe elbows onto your block or onto the ground, or you might walk the hands out, getting your chest and your head closer to the ground. As you inhale, start to walk your hands back in. Grab the insides of your knees, bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together. Grab onto the bottoms of your shins, lift your chest up, and then exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift back up. Take your hands to your outer knees and then bring the knees in towards one another, feet on the floor. From here, roll back onto your mat. Keep the soles of the feet on the mat as you roll back. We'll take bridge pose here. So work the shoulder blades under your back, press the back of your head into the floor, push into both feet, lift the hips up. If it works for you, interlace your hands underneath. If that doesn't work, press the backs of your hands into the floor. If you're interlacing, work the shoulder blades under you a little bit more. Work your left foot closer to the center of your mat, so right to left center. Push down into your left foot. Bring your right knee up into the air and then press that right heel up. See if you can reach up through the right leg, coming up a little bit higher. Legs going in different directions. One is pushing down, one is pushing up, both working together. And then lower your right foot back down to the ground. Unlace your hands, walk your shoulders out, lower your hips to the ground. We'll take a couple of breaths here before we take a second bridge pose. All right, set up for bridge, feet hip width distance apart. Shoulder blades hugging underneath, back of the head pressing into the floor. On an exhale, lift your hips up high. Either backs of the hands press into the floor or interlace your hands, other thumb on top here. Walk the arms underneath a little bit more. Walk your right foot a little bit closer to your left foot. Hug your left knee up into the air and then press the left heel into the sky. Take a breath in. See if you can push down through the right foot and lift up through the left foot a little bit more, getting a little bit more height independent and interdependent. And then lower your foot back down, unlace your hands, walk your arms out, lower your hips to the ground. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll across your back, side to side. And then roll both knees in one direction, circling around your low back. And then circle in the other direction. Keep your right knee hugged in, stretch your left leg long, and then twist. Take your right knee to the left, stretch your right arm out to the right. Inhale, bring your right knee back up, hug both knees in again. And then we'll twist to the second side. Keep the left leg in, stretch the right leg out. On an exhale, left knee goes to the right, and left arm stretches out to the left. Inhale, bring your left knee up, hug both knees in again. We are about to stretch out for Shavasana. If you need other finishing poses before Shavasana, now's the time to take them. Or if you're ready, stretch those legs on, out, on your back. Turn your palms up to the sky. And here we'll take a series of 3 cleansing breaths. Deep inhale through your nose. Long, flowing exhale through your mouth. Take 2 more on your own, letting the inhale float the chest and belly. And letting your exhale take you into a deeper state of relaxation. Soften where you can, starting with your face and then flowing from the top down to the bottom. Letting go of the effort you put into your practice today. Letting go of the effort of staying committed to each part being in the whole. Each part of your body, each part of your being. And then rest here for a few moments, feeling deeply connected within yourself and deeply connected to your community. Start to open your breath up a little bit so your inhale is longer and your exhale is fuller. Begin to awaken your body, starting with the periphery, the fingers and the toes, knowing that those distant parts of your body connect into the center. Start to move through your limbs, stretching your arms up overhead and reaching your legs a little longer, stretching out. And then as you're ready, on an exhale, roll to your side and take a moment here to honor your ability to be independent, to stand on your own while still feeling that deep connection to those around you, while still being a part of the whole, while still being interdependent. And then make your way up to a seat. And once you arrive in that seat, bring your hands to your heart and close your eyes. Like everything in yoga, there is the two sides, the yin and the yang, the right and the left, the independence and the interdependence. And we're looking for balance here while we are all yoked, joined together. I hope as you go through your day, as you go through the holiday weekend, you're able to feel both of those qualities in balance. Let's take a moment here to collect our energy together and send it out to those in need. I'm so happy to be yoked together with each of you. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. Thanks, everybody.